Okay, I want to very quickly talk about the idea of gratitude and why it's important in a person who's trying to live in a very efficient and abundant way. When they tell you to be grateful, it has again, it's multi-layered. However, when someone tells you to be grateful, that means pay attention to why you're grateful and where your abundance is coming from. Just pay attention to it. You don't need to go do anything. You just need to literally sit down and pay attention to what you have and what you're given and see what flows are open to you. If you are financially abundant, you're living in a house, just be aware of what is bringing this here. Look at the flows. If you have good books, if you're in an environment where you find yourself to be good, you're satisfied. No, that's a flow of abundance. If you're in an environment that is not so good and you find yourself trapped or enslaved by your own decisions or some form of judgment that's remaining with you, also be grateful for the experience you're having in the moment. Be aware of why you're here and the flows that are coming to you, which you like to have more of and amplify, because to be grateful means to really know where it's coming from. To similar to how someone cooks your food, let's say, or somehow your mother is preparing food or whatever, let's say, you are aware of the source that it's coming from. Because you're aware and you're acknowledging the presence of that flow, you're making it a reality for it to be present in your life. If you really feel like a lucky person, it is real for you to be lucky and to receive luck. For example, if you think you're an unlucky person, you keep telling yourself you're unlucky, you have nothing, you are keeping yourself at that state of reception. You don't want to keep yourself there. Be grateful. Acknowledge where things are coming from. Acknowledge what you're given. Acknowledge what you're doing. Once you begin acknowledging how you're acknowledging things and what there is to acknowledge, you become aware of the flows of manifestation that are occurring from you. For example, if you are literally in a room and you acknowledge the people who are around you, you will have a better idea of the flow and direction of your life and if this is serving you. Because that's what's being communicated to you. The condition you're in now is the flow that is presenting itself to you in your moment, in your present awareness. Therefore, and even if you're in a room alone, let's say, and you're hearing this, acknowledge yourself comfortably, acknowledge the ideas you feel are efficient for you. Acknowledge your truths, but do not let them create worlds of their own. You are here to experience it. Ideas, thoughts, and anything else is pretty much a color on your palette to draw your experience from. You are drawing experience from life. That is what is happening. And with your awareness really present, in other words, right now that you're sitting here, you're aware of my voice, you're aware of your space, you're aware of the walls around you, you're aware of the thoughts that are present with you, you're aware of your breathing, you're aware of where the sound is coming from. All these things, as you become aware of it, recognize that thoughts that you have reinterpret your awareness and therefore may make you act and behave irrationally, or in a way that is bothering you, or in a way that is inefficient for your existence. Even though there is no inefficiency in existence, but just for this moment, for you as a directive entity or as a being, your choice really depends on you. In other words, some like to believe that when they are born here, their guidance is still on. In other words, let's say if you believe in ideas of reincarnation or an infinity that is segmented, if you believe in that, know that before this life, you as a being can have enough awareness to your next life. In other words, there have been beings like this, especially in Tibet and in India, where they have lived their life with an awareness where they had an ability to even envision their next life and how they need to be. In other words, they pull the thread and really understand the cloth that it's made of and what the cloth is. And similar to how an energy field is every particular particle of its own consideration, you are also a consideration of a greater vision you have of yourself. And this must be transcended, because right now your certainty and your knowing and how this all makes sense is really working with your identity. Your identity is, again, something to look at, but from a deeper angle of presence, not just limited to how you've embodied yourself here in this form. These are all valuable when you're comfortable with experiencing yourself and understanding that just because you're not someone doesn't mean you have to go do something else. You know, it simply suggests that nature knows where it's going, and you are a manifestation of it. You're a manifestation of physical form, and physical form changes, and as you discover that change, your eyes are no longer limited to your body and to your body of thoughts. It becomes a more open state of openly receiving every opening. And may that be sufficiently what it is you right now. Be yourself, because that is a very big opening. That advice, be yourself, means look at yourself, look at your being, and then decide your action and your stress and your mental state and any other instability you find you have. Thank you.